Welcome to Gems of Knowledge with your host David Bellman and Justin Kroll. Each week, our experts will answer all of your jewelry questions with Rachel Putney, our social media maven, who will relay your questions to our experts. And now, here's your host, David Bellman.
Hi, I'm David Bellman, and welcome to another episode of Gems of Knowledge. Today it's going to be a really exciting episode because, as you remember from the last two, you saw Justin while he was in Miami at the Jewelry and Antique Show in Miami. It was an awesome show. We did very well, I'd have to say, right? Oh, yeah. And so we want to show you some pictures that Justin took while he was there of some of the other items, some really cool pieces of jewelry, some antiques, some art, just to kind of show you what the show's all about and kind of educate you some more on, some of the really cool things. So I'm here again, as usual, with the lovely Rachel. How are you?
Great, how are you?
And Justin, nice to see you again.
Dave, glad to be back.
Yeah, you were gone for almost 2 weeks altogether, right?
Yeah, almost 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine you going to going to Miami for 3 weeks to work hard. So it was a 3-week show, you say, huh? The show was for 3 weeks. Wow, that's a long
There was more than one show.
Yeah, there was 2 shows.
There was 3 shows, technically.
I see.
That's
so
right.
It wasn't a 3-week show. The show was how many days, I'm sorry?
A week.
A week. Yeah.
One of the shows.
Yeah. So it was very successful. He did really well, and it was really great. By the way, talking to you from Miami on those shows that we did.
That was really cool.
That really was. And next year we'll have to have some more fun with that.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Look at some more pieces. And before we jump into the first piece, Howard, let's show them our new camera shot because I'm so excited about it. Hey, guess what? You can see us all together at the same time. Yeah, this is a new shot for us. You've always noticed that you've seen us just in little squares all the time, and we thought it would be kind of nice just to kind of show you the whole set and see, where we're all sitting and how it all works together. So this is our new studio boom camera. So good job on that,
great.
Howard. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I can see all you at once. Although if I just look up, I can see you too.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
No.
Okay, so let's get started, man. Let's start showing some pictures. This one's really kind of interesting. I remember this piece. I think you may have put this on the camera on our video show too. I can't remember. But anyway, it's a beautiful shot. Tell us, looks like pink and, pink diamonds, white diamonds, crazy piece.
Yeah, I think that's I don't remember if I asked the gentleman, but it looked at the time. Here it looks like pink diamonds, but I think at the time it was pink sapphires and diamond.
Okay,
And
that would make sense because there's so many of them.
Yeah, it was just a spectacular suite. It's so overwhelming down there.
Yeah.
There's so much of it, and you just see so much. I mean, it's exciting.
Yep.
And you're running around like crazy looking at all these pieces, and there's just so much to look at. You can't really comprehend how much is there.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. Let's see what we have next. This is a little collection of pieces. I like that emerald crab. That's pretty cool.
I've seen that emerald crab several times. It's unbelievable detail. I think it's by Van Cleef.
Really?
It was just, or Cartier, one of the two.
There was a lot of animals, creatures, like all of those sorts of things. There was a lot of jewelry like that.
Was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if that's just kind of a trend that may be coming up then in the future. Remember when bumblebee pins were really popular for a while, and then it kind of just dropped off? Maybe it's the same idea.
Yeah, and I don't know if the viewers know because you weren't there when we Skyped, but Rachel, this was her first year in Miami to the show.
Yep.
And it was crazy.
Was it really? Did you enjoy it?
It was. Justin has explained it to me before. Again, it was my first time going, but when you go down there, I mean, it is something that you will never, ever see. And I don't think I'll see those pieces ever again unless I'm at that show again.
Yeah. No. To see all of that in one place at one time.
It's pieces you hear about, but you just never got the opportunity to see them.
Yeah, they all look like auction pieces to me. Like, when Sotheby's or Christie's does an auction, they have the big picture of some really unique piece. Yes. And then you walk into the show and you see thousands of them.
You nailed it right on that. That's a great way to describe it.
Oh, cool.
It's like the best of the craziest auction pieces that you would see at Sotheby's, Christie's, all in one place.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and those pieces that you see at Sotheby's, just so you know, I mean, those are just the pieces that happen to come out of people's collections, but people don't realize how much has been collected and just sits in people's homes or in their, whatever, their jewelry boxes. There's just billions and billions of dollars of pieces like this out there. We just never get to see them all the time.
Billions.
Yeah.
It was definitely cool to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try another one, Howard. Let's switch us into the. This is lapis, right?
Oh my God! Yeah, this one. This piece was so detailed. It was a solid lapis piece that had, I think it was diamonds in the eyes and gold all through it on this huge crystal with gold all around it. I think this was by Cartier.
Really?
Yeah.
They make pieces like this?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
They make clocks. They make showpieces like this. This was spectacular. This was, I think, I remember asking him how much. I think it was in the around 80,000.
Well, I mean, for what all the work and the value of all the gems. Now, what do you think the height of that is? Just to put it in perspective, because it's kind of hard to see.
Sure.
It
It was in a showcase. I would say 3 feet.
okay. Yeah, that's what it
You
looks.
always wonder, like, who owned these or who's buying them.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
To have that money to buy things and just have these around your house, I mean, I
Yeah.
can't even fathom the thought of that.
When I see that, I think of like some Park Avenue, New York City, penthouse suite, and it's just a decorative piece.
Yep. Yeah. No, it really is. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next shot. This looks like a gigantic piece of furniture, I believe, with a lot of artwork on top of it.
Oh, yeah. So I also wanted to get some pictures of some of the furniture there. This is kind of taken at an angle, but on top was this gigantic bronze sculpture.
Yep.
And it was just the detail and workmanship is just unparalleled.
Yeah, and what I like about this is the size of these pieces too. I mean, this stuff's got to, I mentioned this when we were doing the other shows. So this stuff's got to be brought in, right?
Absolutely.
You got to bring it in,
Like on cranes.
and bring it in on cranes. I mean, move all this stuff in there so people can see it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was
for
kind of
people
cool
to do
seeing
that.
the things that were being brought in, like during setup.
Yeah.
How they were bringing them in.
It looked like, you ever seen the Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah.
When they were
the crates?
crating
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
it was unbelievable.
Yeah, especially some of the marble pieces. I swear they must weigh tons, right? So they have to have like forklifts or something to bring those things around. I mean,
And
it
then
wasn't
there's like crazy chandeliers too that they're hanging from the ceiling there.
Really?
They'll do, picture like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Waldorf Astoria in New York.
yeah.
A chandelier out of a place like that, and they'll have it in this show just propped up on like metal bars and hundreds of thousands of dollars for these chandeliers.
I was nervous just watching them being brought in. Like everything made me start hyperventilating. I thought everything was gonna break.
Well, yeah, it's a dangerous business moving these things around,
Yeah.
right? Because you chip it, you ding it, you do something to it, you could destroy the
ruined.
value. Especially
Yeah.
the big marble piece. You chip something like that, you can't fix it.
Every show something gets broken.
Yeah, that's scary. Now this is a Sphinx. It looks like.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask. I just took a picture because I thought this was really unusual. I don't know if it's original
Authentic.
Egyptian. I don't know, but it was just really neat.
Yeah, I mean, and there are people who just kind of crazy about things like that, and they want to put them in their houses. Okay, here comes I see one coming up that's kind of fun. Let's do this next one. This is the literally a panther bracelet made from an animal, made in the shape of a panther. I mean, this is crazy. Tell them about it.
This was encrusted with diamonds on every single millimeter of its surface and with emeralds. It was some designer, I can't remember. I mean, Cartier is known for their panther, but it wrapped around your whole wrist. It was huge. It's just one of those unusual pieces that I saw that I wanted to capture.
Panthers and snakes.
Yeah.
I think I saw the most of.
Well, that first piece we looked at kind of looked like a
It
snake.
kind of looked
didn't
like
it?
a snake, yeah.
Like a snake design.
Yeah.
All right, let's do let's stop clowning around. All right? And what the heck is this thing?
That was a good one, Dave.
Well, like Rachel was saying, what Rachel was saying about how, people who, this is obviously an expensive piece, and then people bring it over, right? And then they buy this, and who puts this? I mean, who's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to have this
I
clown.
can't have this in my house.
Yeah.
Clowns
Put
are
it in my
creepy.
child's bedroom.
They are.
Clowns are creepy.
People freak out when they see crowns, especially this guy doesn't look all that great. But that's lapis. It's got a lot of gemstones in it. It's probably very expensive and hard to make.
Hard to make.
And then somebody looks at that and says, "Oh man, $5,000-$10,000. I definitely have to have that clown." I don't
Beyond
know.
me.
Yeah.
But
And the clown will sell, and then it'll go over to another booth, and then it'll sell again for more, and go to another
that's
booth.
what I noticed was happening a lot. I mean,
Really?
they would go to one booth, buy something, and go to the booth right next door and sell it to them. So I feel like there's people there, honestly, just buying something and flipping it right away. And that's
Yeah.
what they're doing throughout the show.
Well, they all have different customers, right, in different
Yeah.
locations, things like that.
That's right. Well, and there's just so many dealers there. Well, I bought a diamond for $44,000, sold it for like $44,500.
Yeah.
Then I saw it sold for $45,000, and then for $46,000.
Wow.
What happened to it after that probably will be someone will hold it until it's a retail call.
Yes, and then it'll go at retail
But
to
the
someone.
dealers, they flip it and keep
It's
flipping it.
The place is so big. I mean, you just do not know everyone there, but someone who comes up to you and may buy something knows someone else who might want it, so they'll go right up to them and sell it. But we don't know them or however it goes. So
Yeah, some of the dealers that would come over, so I'll know two dealers.
Yeah.
I would sell to dealer A, and dealer B would be here too. Then I'd go walk around,
Yep.
and I would see the piece I sold to dealer A in the booth of dealer B because he sold it to him.
Unbelievable. So
It's-
they're both looking at it, and then they say, "I still want it better. I'll give you another
Yes.
few $100 more or
Yes.
whatever," and they switch it over.
All day long.
Wow, incredible.
it's really cool.
Yeah, well, that's what that show's all about because it's not really open to the public. I mean, you have to have access, special access.
2 days it's open to the public.
Really?
But the 3 days before, it's
Yep.
just dealers.
So people out there could have an opportunity to go and purchase these things.
Yes. But
in the
by
general-
then, the dealers have gone through everything.
All the good stuff's getting picked over.
Yes.
Well, but it's still there. They got to sell it, even if
It's
they.
still there.
Okay. All right. Let's look at another crazy and unusual pieces.
This one's my favorite.
Okay.
Great composition, great depth of field.
Look at
the picture. He's talking about the picture. What's in the picture, Howard? That's what's supposed to be the big thing.
Right, but it's a good shot of whatever that is.
She did. So what is it? A statue of a?
yeah, just like a bronze figure that had the most amazing detail with enamel on it. Wait until you see the next one. This
Yeah.
was some of these statues and bronzes.
Go ahead, Howard. Yeah.
This thing was scary.
What is that? Like a horror movie or
Life
something like
size.
this?
It was a life size bronze. Very, very, very expensive. Chinese early piece.
So it could go back like a century or two. It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, how long does something like that take to make?
Years probably.
Well, they have to do. They have to make it, cut it out, and then they have to cast it in bronze. So they have to put it in a mold and then pour the bronze in, and you really, and it's an art to doing
It's
it.
an art,
Yeah.
right? And
You know.
could they do it like that 300 years ago?
Well, you're looking at it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of
Must have been
course.
very difficult for them back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can imagine the technology was basically, how do you even heat up the metals hot enough, and what do
Right.
you use to do that? Without all the technology we have today. How about geez, Howard? I thought you'd like this next one coming up. I thought this would be your favorite.
Yeah, so
That's a big cup.
yeah, so this stein was obviously it's ivory.
Yeah.
Okay, so in today's trade, you can't buy or sell ivory unless it has very detailed recorded provenance of where it came from, when it was sold. If you don't have all that, it's actually illegal to sell it.
A lot of people ask us that question because they do have ivory pieces in their collection, from home that grandparents have given them and things. I mean, is there a cutoff date, like when it is that it becomes illegal and when it's not? I mean, was it like 20 years ago? It has to be before 20 years or
It's a
something?
good question. I don't know the exact date, but I know it has to have provenance and paperwork and a strong history. So
Yeah.
I think it might be a little older than that.
Oh, no doubt this one is. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of, again, there's nobody alive that can do that kind of hand carving anymore.
Howard, you can't zoom in on that little tag down on the bottom right-hand corner, can you?
I can try. Let me see. on that particular picture.
So the next piece
Which
that's
is-
coming up, I'll give Howard a chance to get it ready, is an
I love
amazing,
that.
amazing clock. And
Is
I've
that
seen
gold?
some of these, in like Versailles and places like that in Paris. I mean, what's something like that worth?
Is that gold?
I don't know, to be honest. I know that the portrait on top is all in hand-painted enamel.
So it's a real painting in there. It's not like a
Print
Yeah.
or a picture or something. It's a hand-done portrait in enamel, which is incredibly difficult to do.
Yep.
And I'm thinking it's a French clock
Yep.
that is lapis and inlaid with gems and jewels. And it's just the workmanship that you only see this stuff in auctions or a show like this.
Yeah, exactly. And or if you're in Versailles going through a palace, because that's where I remember seeing some of these clocks when we were on vacation one time. And what are they doing? Are they playing chess? Is that what the figures look like they're doing? Looks like they're playing chess on a chessboard. Or something.
Absolutely, that's a chessboard on top.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Now that I could see.
Yeah.
That's a work of art. Okay, who's next?
So Dave, these next these I could see your fireplace. These
Oh
could
my
go on
God.
either side.
What? I can put them on either side of my desk. Come on. People come in, they see them. They can pet them. It looks like that's what they've been doing to their heads. They look a little messed up. I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting. But
Just again bronze.
that's bronze?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say wood. It looks wooden. But that's like, yeah, I can see what you're saying now. It's like distressed. It just needs to be a good cleaning or something. But-
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that was just an amazing piece. Now this next one,
Yep.
I'm
Mr.
gonna get
Happy?
you a picture, okay, for post.
Yeah.
I have a picture wearing this. This is a cuff bracelet, about this big.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Carved turquoise. The sides have coral. They have malachite. They have mother of pearl. This is a Native American bracelet. To be honest, I've never seen one with this detail.
So this is the original, real, 100-something years ago piece, as opposed
Yes.
to a lot of the stuff that you see today that's just kind of mass produced. This is like
Yes.
a real Indian chief probably wore it 150 years ago or something.
100%.
Yep.
Oh, we do
Wow.
have a picture of the side, which is the next picture coming up. That
That's-
has the malachite and
That's that is the side. I can see the face on
Yeah.
yeah,
the. I thought that was like 3 bracelets. There's 3 things stacked together.
one big honking bracelet. Now, the next piece.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This guy, remember Rach? This was set up directly across the way from us. This was given to the Pope, or I can't remember the story exactly, but there were 3 pieces. That cross is probably half a foot long,
Yeah.
loaded with diamonds in a ring that has a ruby cross on either side. It's probably like a 4-carat diamond in the middle, surrounded by other diamonds, and another bracelet that has all the provenance of when it was given to the Pope and what it was given to him for, or you know what, it might have been from the Pope to someone else. I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? Because, sometimes I know that, I don't know if you know this or not, but like Ferrari and some of these car companies, every time they make like a new model of a car, they give one to the Pope. He's got this amazing car collection.
oh no,
because
kidding.
it's like a religious thing. It's like to bring them luck and to do the right thing, and then they give these cars to the Pope, and people make duplicates. So they'll have a set they give to him, and then they make a couple copies of it, the same exact thing, and then they'll say, and this is the gift that we gave them. Because once I think you give something to the Pope, I don't think it ever comes back out again. So I'm guessing that maybe this was a duplicate, another one made just like it that.
Wow. Or someone smuggled it out.
Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I'd love to know more about that. We'll have to get some more histories from these. So yeah.
I love this next one.
Oh yeah, this is
is
something.
my favorite.
Now, is this a ring?
So, yeah. So here it is.
Oh, no way. You kill me. This is hilarious.
So this is a
Oh, I want this. This would be perfect for me.
So this is a David Yurman.
This is David Yurman?
David Yurman. Look at the detail of
unbelievable?
the hair on the side.
Yeah, you can't really.
And the diamonds, but there we go.
Yeah,
We
go
have
back
it
to
up.
the picture, but
The detail. It's stamped on the inside. There's even engraving on the inside with his logo, and it's just an amazing piece. So this piece, I'll tell you the whole story.
okay.
So a guy bought this in Vegas, and it was $13,500. I have the original box, the receipt, all the paperwork. The last one that sold went for $9,500, and I got this for $4,000.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Well, good luck trying to sell it for more than that now.
I'm never selling it.
Howard, does this look familiar? This ring?
It kind of does, but
Did you make one?
We were trying to make a ring almost identical to this for
Oh,
Howie.
that's right.
Well, I don't want to say for who. For a friend,
Yeah.
right, who has a ring from that another guy had, and we were trying to duplicate. This almost looks like the exact same ring.
Wow.
It's just funny.
It might have been.
Maybe that's where the design came from, but I mean, it was just...
But this you can't find anywhere.
No.
No.
it
You
just-
can Google it. You can look wherever you want to look. You can't find
If you're a
any
rock and
other
roll
one for
guy,
sale.
any rock and roll guys out there, man, this is like the ultimate, right?
Yeah.
This is the, if you're on stage and you're just like a guitar player or something.
We have another one that they can have.
Oh, okay.
Not
See,
that one. but
everybody's in
another
love with
skull
this one. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Isn't that cool, Div?
I love that ring.
Yeah.
I'm glad you kept it. Let's just, in the interest of time, let's go through, Howard, how many more pictures do you think we have?
next one's the last one.
Oh, perfect. All right, let's pop it up. And
So this one was a just a nice antique. The way it's shot on the black, you can't really see the blue, but those the triangles on the side, those are sapphires, and they're gorgeous. It's just a nice little antique piece. These are the kind of things that I bought this. It's something that we picked up at the show. It's actually in our case now.
oh, good. And how much did we pay for it?
10,000.
Yeah, $10,000.
I just love the way that they've set this marquee because I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not a huge fan of marquees, and I know some people are, but they've definitely
It's bezel
they
set.
were in style. Then they're kind of coming back now. They weren't in style for a while, but this, I love that.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, why don't you switch back to us, Howard? That ring, if it's in stock right now, right? Because
Yeah.
I think we're just putting things out from the show that we're so. Yeah, come on in, take a look at that. Come see the skull ring. That's really cool. That's
Yeah.
worth just looking at that. That's just an amazing piece.
Yeah.
And I'd be curious to know. Any idea how many of those that he made at that time?
Someone told me 100.
I'm surprised there's that many. Okay,
You can't
Yeah.
find it.
I'm sure. No, I'm telling you, Steven Tyler, all these rock guys. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they all own this ring. Because
Yeah.
that, I mean, in solid gold like that is just very unusual.
Crazy.
And a nice.
And it's not
work.
typical for David Yurman either.
Totally not him.
No, out of character.
I would have
for-
never guessed that that was David Yurman.
Nope.
No, I was shocked. That was really cool. That's a
So,
great piece.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to do the next show. Actually, we haven't really decided what it's going to be yet, but I'm sure it's going to be something will be a great show. In fact, we haven't had our gemstone friend in for a while.
Oh, yeah,
so
Paul.
maybe we can bring Paul in, and I know he's got a lot of new inventory because he went to his show
Tucson.
in
Tucson,
Tucson
huh?
and brought back a lot of fun pieces.
Have you done Tucson?
Oh yeah, many times.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And it's
Last time I was there, I was with Dave.
Uh-oh.
Got a few stories.
Yeah, let's not. Was it what happens in Tucson stays there?
Stays in
Yeah,
Tucson.
that's what I thought. Good. Glad we're on the same page. But it's an amazing show because it's not just gemstones, it's fossils, it's meteorites.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all kinds-
minerals.
yeah, it runs a gamut of all kinds of fun stuff if you're into that. So, and maybe next year we'll do a show and go on the road with that one.
Would
That
love
be-
to go back to Tucson.
You could do 50 shows there. There's so much
let
to
me
see.
know when.
So much.
Oh,
so,
I see. Very
do we
nice.
have one more minute or we're out of time?
No, go ahead.
So, Rachel, this Tucson is the entire city. Every single hotel, like, those little strip hotels?
Yeah.
Even those.
Yep.
Big Holiday Inns or Hiltons, whatever. Every single room filled with gem dealers with gems just on the bed everywhere. It is
So-
nuts for
Yeah.
a week.
Like, how much of Tucson is just shut down?
All
whole
of
thing.
it.
The whole thing. Every hotel.
Everything.
These guys sleep in the rooms, and then the rooms become their showrooms.
Yeah.
And people just walk through the hallways of the hotels, and you go into their room, and on the bed, or they have a table or whatever.
It's like nothing
That's
you could.
so funny.
I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't even explain Miami.
And
How
is it
crazy
just
it was.
gemstones, or do they do everything?
Everything.
Like diamonds, jewelry? Or is
Everything,
it just-
jewelry, gem, mineral, rock, fossil,
Fossils.
you name it, it's
That's
in
cool.
Tucson.
Yeah, they'll have these giant, like you see in museums, giant fossil things set up, entire like T-Rexes or something, whatever they are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy them.
Yes.
And they're real. They're not fake. They're the real thing.
The only thing they
let's
don't
go.
really have is estate jewelry. So much of mostly new, like these are the gem dealers that when you see the guys in the trenches,
Yep.
pulling these out, these are them. They're all there. These are the beginning process of where gems and gemstones come from.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of raw
That's really
material
neat.
too. Like gem cutters will go there and buy rough gemstones and bring them back and cut them. So it's everything.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. Let's
All right.
go.
Well, again, thanks for joining us. It was a great show. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next week with another exciting episode.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.